I don't know. It says we're live. Is it lying? Who knows? Who knows? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I swear, you guys, we are going to get this one day. One day, it's going to be 2 o'clock on the dot, and I'm just going to show up in here and it's going to be on time because there won't be any weird tech things. Okay, in fairness, I don't think this is a tech god issue. I think this is a I'm not very literate in tech issue. I mean, I am. I think I am most of the time. Um, Hold on. I cannot talk and look at things up at the same time. I want to make sure that we're doing the things in the right places under the circumstances. After last week, and it just kind of went into a black hole, yes, okay, I'm in the group. I see my face. Can you hear me talk? That is the question. Yes. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. So here's the deal. Um, Yeah, Facebook Live and I set up the event. So this event, I try to do it different. So I actually got my first like smack from Facebook ever when I was setting up all the all the events for the year. Um, because apparently Facebook was like, stop inviting people to things. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't even want to invite all these people to all these things right now, but I'm setting up all the events right now. Ugh. So anyway, in that process, what ended up happening was I got put in like Facebook timeout. And I decided with the Tuesday Tales, when I made this, I'm like, I'm just going to set it up because they have the option to make it like a reoccurring event. I'm like, I'm going to make it a reoccurring event. Yeah. Well, that's what happened was last week was, I think the second time I used the event, maybe, I don't remember. And it went to nowhere because apparently only the first time you set up the live video does it go into the event page or the group. And it was only posted to my timeline. So this time I was like, I'm not going live until I figure out that it won't be on my timeline. So here we are. We did it. We did it. Okay. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here and tolerating all my tech issues. But I think I have it straightened out now. I think I see now. I just have to tell it what to do. I just have to be bossy. It's not going to be as simple as I thought it would be when I set up recurring events. I thought it would run like any other event. That was my mistake. Okay. So last week we talked about behind the vertical. And this week, I want to talk about healthy backs. I want to talk about healthy backs because as a saddle fitter, I get called out. People want me to, get a saddle to fit their horse. And this is actually, I feel like, Leanne, if you're watching this, one of these days we just need to get on here and chat together because I just keep talking about you. So Leanne and I were talking the other day about saddle fit and about how people want saddles that fit and they can't find saddles that fit. But the reason that they can't find saddles that fit is because their horses' backs are, for lack of better words, are trash. They're just trash, and this is something that I've dealt with personally. Like Cash, his back, when I got him, I knew that he was a rehab project. I knew that the saddle he had that they were using him with did not fit him. And when I took measurements, it was like the right side of his back was straight and the left side was nice and round. Okay. We're now more like, we're getting there. We're getting there. And I have not been super consistent with his rehab. So that just goes to show that it's really not about how much time you put into it. It's about your intention, right? So letting him recuperate, letting him recover, and all the things, he has come quite a long way. But most of the time, clients don't don't they don't see that. They don't understand that. They don't want to hear that. They're like, okay, but I need a saddle. I can't fix their back if I don't have a saddle. And wrong, 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 wrong. Like we need to start over. We need to go back. We need to go back to the basics because here's the thing. Here's the thing with healthy backs, okay? If you don't have a healthy back, then the horse is more likely to revert to things like behind the vertical and other poor postural choices, other movement choices that are not in their highest and best good that are going to cause deterioration. They're going to lead to things like early hock injections or early fetlock injections, just early injections, stifle problems, all kinds of things. Kissing spine. It's huge. The other thing that's huge is swaybacks. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, swayback. Either there's two kinds of people when it comes to swayback. It's either, oops, swayback, retired forever, can't fix it. Or there's, oops, swayback, just throw another pad in there, it'll be fine. Or throw a specialty pad in there, guys. Okay. When we talk about kissing spine, and all this is going to tie together, I swear. And I do have pictures. We are going to share pictures and we're going to look at things and we're going to talk about it because I want you to see the difference between healthy and unhealthy. And there is a bridge in the middle and we do the best we can, right? But there's a fine line between rideable and not rideable. And we need to discuss that. Okay. So kissing spine, what is it? Well, the vertebrae across the horse's back all have pointy parts that stick up, okay? And the pointy parts of the vertebrae in the section of the back where the saddle sits, they all go kind of this way, okay? They're all going that way. But when the back bends and they drop out their stomach, all of the pointy pieces get closer together. Does that make sense? I wish I had, you know what would be perfect? Oh my gosh. Let me just, give me just a minute. This is going to be good, I promise. I promise. If I can find what I'm looking for, it'll be really good. I could probably do this with something else, but these came to mind. All right, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. I wish I had more. And it's not going to be perfect because one, I don't have more of these, and two, because this is not flying by the seat of my pants, and they're not going to end up. What I was thinking was clothespins. I have clothespins in here. They're all outside. This is definitely going to be more than 20 minutes today at the rate I'm going. I apologize. Okay. Bear with me just a second. This is very, very fly by the seat of my pants. I love you guys for playing along. Okay, are you ready? Here are our vertebrae. Okay, pony head, pony butt. This is the tail. Get it? Okay, so here's our vertebrae. And this is where the saddle sits. Okay, we're just going to pretend. We're just pretending this is the middle of the back where the saddle sits. When the horse rounds its back, not perfect. When it rounds its back, the pieces come apart. You see that? And then when it arches its back, those pieces come together. And you see, we can't even get a full arch in there. And the pieces are squishing to the sides. And the pieces are rubbing together. You hear that? That's bone on bone, my friends. That's what kissing spine is, okay? The spines are kissing. And so the more that the horse goes around with its head in the air, its back arched, again, not perfect example, it's just pretty good. Here, let me space them out a little bit better. When we space them out a little bit more, you'll be able to see this. Because they do move. The vertebrae do move, okay? Which is good. We want flexibility. And that's one of the things about having a healthy back is it is flexible and it can bend left to right. It can flex and extend. Okay, so here's a neutral spine-ish. It's not a perfect example, guys. Neutral spine. Extended, where we're going the wrong way. And we're going to flex. And nice round the back. Pieces spread out. Okay, so what does this look like? If their head is here and their back is arched up, well, my golly geez, that looks like swayback. So should we be putting weight that is going to lower that and collapse it more? Because listen, now swayback can be genetic. It can be from a very young age, like born with it, genetic. Okay, that's what genetic means. It means born with it. It can be like that. And when that is the case, the horse is going to have that curvature of its spine like that forever. And it's not just because that's the way their soft tissue is, okay? Their bones are formed in a way that makes them swaybacked. Very, very rare. The rest of the time, this is an unhealthy back. This is an unhealthy back. That's what swayback is. It's not strong enough to support itself. And this is also an unhealthy core. right? Because the back can't round if the core doesn't tighten. We talked about that last week. So in this case, when we're looking at sway back and we're like, I'll just put another pad in there. It's no, because then you're adding weight to it. The horse can't lift its own back. What makes you think it can lift you and its back? And if it's not lifting, it's like you're just causing damage. You're just causing damage when we could be rehabbing. Now, for those of you that came to Happily Ever After, you've heard me say, or if you heard me doing some of the lives or the what did we do? We did like an hour. I don't remember what we called it, but we did an hour master class. That's what it was. It was the master class on building muscle, and 6 weeks. 6 weeks can make a huge difference if you are intentional, working your horse 4 times a week to purposefully build core and back muscles. Okay, 6 weeks, that's all it takes. Can you stay off your horse for 6 weeks to give it a better chance? That's all I'm saying. So, anyways, kissing spines and sway back can, in fact, go hand in hand. Do they all the time? No. But do they often? Yes. Can horses have a nice looking neutral spine and still have kissing spines? Absolutely. Because what is impacting that is soft tissue. And the soft tissue can be locked up in one area and freer moving in another. Common. Happens all the time. Have you ever had a spot in your back where it's like, oh, it's got a kink and I can't get it? And you go to the chiropractor and they loosen it up for you? Yeah. Same. I'm always going to tell you though, before you go to the chiropractor, unless your chiropractor is amazing, and does a little bit of massage first. And I'm not talking about giving you a heating pad and putting you on traction. Not the same. Helpful? Yes. Same? No. Massage, then chiropractic. Loosen up the soft tissues, then have someone come in and put the bones back into alignment, and then do another massage. Because we need to keep the soft tissues loose in order to keep the skeletal structure in the place that it's in, okay? In the place it's supposed to be. Help it stay in alignment. If we want to help alignment with that, we need to help the soft tissues maintain that alignment, because the soft tissues, the fascia especially, is 100% what keeps the shape, okay? If your fascia is tight in one area, it's going to pull another area out of whack, okay? So it's all of that soft tissue stuff is super important. So like, let's look at healthy backs. Let's look. I started to pull up pictures and then I got distracted and had to go on a stupid clamp hunt so that I can make you a spine. It is on my list of things to one day have a nice spine. I kind of want a small one though. Oh my gosh. Sorry, ADHD, whatever moment here, but like, are y'all on TikTok? Have you seen those little like 3D printer dragons? Oh gosh, where'd it go? The 3D printer dragon makes me think it would make a really good, why am I not finding my healthy backs? Sad. Would make a really good like spine material, and like it's small enough and it moves the right way. Yeah, I need to find somebody that would do that. Okay, so that's not what I want. This is disappointing. I'm sorry, guys. I must just be maybe in the wrong folder. Where is it? Yeah, it's not in this one. It's not that. Where? Oh, maybe it's in this one. No, that's literally not what I'm looking for. I am so sorry. It doesn't help that I know you're all sitting here waiting for me, because now I'm like, it's probably right in front of me and I can't see it type situation. Probably is. It's probably in this main folder and I just haven't looked in it because it's not where it should be. I had intention. This one, no. I mean, that is one I want, but it's not what I really want. Okay. I guess we're gonna go into the Facebook group because I know what I have. This is the thing. I know what I want is already in the group. There's so much stuff in here, and you guys probably have not gone through it. If you have gone through it, you haven't like reacted to the content because if you had, I like it would show up in the feed. So that makes me think you guys have not been through the guide section. It's extremely valuable. I'm not just saying, I'm just saying. So if we go over to the guides, I'm going to scroll down to, yeah, this one. The Saddle Fit mini course. Facebook. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you. Here we go. This, my friends. Okay. So this is I mean, quite frankly, it looks like a drawing, but it's, shoot, where's the share button? Okay, here we go. Got it. Oh, now you should see it. Okay, let's click on it. So this is a fairly fit looking horse. It's lean, probably, if I had to guess, probably does some kind of bracing. But this is not a super healthy back. It doesn't look horrific, but it's not a super healthy back. So I've seen worse. But the ones that I've seen that are worse are usually on horses that are malnourished. So, and I don't mean like abused malnourished. I mean like maybe they were neglected at one point and they're coming back. That's usually what I see. But the thing here is that there's just not a lot of muscle here. Okay. Also, this angle of the neck and this bulge here tells me, oh dear, right? We're doing this. Not good, right? So this is not a great healthy back. There's not a lot of muscle, top line muscle through here at all. And so why is this important? Well, those muscles are what your saddle is sitting on. And now the saddle tree itself is what's going to disperse the weight over that span. But if the horse doesn't have muscle here and then you put a saddle on it, you're not going to be able to build muscle as well either because you're going to pinch off blood flow because there's nothing there to sit it on. You're sitting your saddle right on bones. Okay. Let's go back. Let's get a different. The next one is not the best angle, but okay, you see this? I think everybody has seen this. This is okay. So if you were standing at your horse's butt, this is obviously someone standing like at a hip, and that's totally fine if you can get you can get the view. And if your horse has got, if they're tall, then that's probably your best bet. But from here we can see, I keep trying to point. Can you see my cursor? Yes, you can. Cool, cool. So from here we can see shoulder blade, shoulder blade. Okay. You see these dips? This is atrophied muscle. This shark fin, this high wither, yeah, this is a result of lack of muscle, okay? True high withers are a little bit more on the rare side because when that muscle fills in, the withers are not as high. Can you see that? Like muscle should be filling in this. All of this. We should be getting muscle from here up to here. Yeah? And here down to here. That is why this particular horse most likely has these white spots here. Because, first of all, they look like they also have a sway back, but this isn't a good assessment photo for that. This is just showing a lack of thoracic trapezius, okay? The thoracic trapezius is important for saddle fit, but also for movement. Now, one thing that Leanne and I have also been talking about recently, and this is in regards to saddle fit and the whole thing, is that rehabbing these, like, okay, a lot of times people are like, well, I need to fill in these pockets. I'm going to go do pole work. Pole work is fantastic for a lot of things. So great, go do. However, I think I said this to you guys last week. Leanne's favorite question to ask is, how can I do more? Okay. Great question. How can I do more? Well, we're going to think about this. If we have a weak back, an unhealthy back that has these pockets here, where has the horse started compensating for this? because I can tell you, your body does the same thing. When the body cannot use or access a certain muscle group or a muscle that is a part of a muscle group, they're all part of muscle groups, right? It's going to go, okay, well, it's like saying the brain gets a phone call, and it's the thoracic trapezius, and the thoracic trapezius is like, hey, brain, I can't come into work today. Da, okay, calls in sick. And the brain's like, okay, who's next on the list? Who can I call in to do the job that the trapezius is supposed to be doing today? Good question, right? And every horse is going to be different because every horse's movement pattern is different. So we get to assess where the horse is compensating. So in that last photo, we go up here, back to where we were. And this one, we're like, well, holy hot geez, right? Well, there's definitely a lot of tension up here in the rhomboids and cervical trapezius, and we're bulging here, right? So, well, we're probably using a lot more brachiocephalicus. There's several muscles in here, but we're probably using a lot more of these lower neck muscles to move things forward and kind of letting them fall back, because the thoracic trapezius is pulling that shoulder blade up and back. And when that can't happen, other muscles are going to do the job. They're just going to do the best they can. So there's probably some movement variations happening in these horses as well. They might drag their feet a little bit, but where else can we help them? What other exercises can we do to help them build a healthy back? Because it's not just a back, it's the whole horse. We get to look at the whole horse. So when we are falling apart up here, there's probably stuff going on back here as well that needs to be addressed. And again, this whole underbelly line, this whole thing, right? They're not using this if this isn't rounding. And if they can't access the trapezius, this is not rounding. Okay, so these are just more marks, okay? But let's look at this one and see if it doesn't get any bigger really. And it's probably gonna blur out. Yeah, it does. So we can kind of see though that there's definitely wither pockets here. We've got high withers, we want to fill that in. These are not healthy backs. In my opinion, these are not backs I want to put saddles on, especially if they're recovering from, saddle issues. With placement, I think I'm ready to just take you to the one I already have up because we're just getting into saddles now. So let's look at, okay. Oops. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is a healthy back that is rideable, but it's not perfect, okay? This horse has got some stuff going on, but he's made huge strides. So we're going to use this picture. How do I make you, where's it at? Where's it at? Let me open it first. Okay, that's open. And now I want to share it with you. How's my forehead, guys? A little wrinkly? Yeah. Okay. All right. So in this particular picture, he's not standing square, which is a detriment already because we're like, well, this is not a straight back, but he's not quite standing square. And that in this case was not ideal, but kind of okay. And it's kind of hard to tell because of the way his neck is and the coloring right here, but he's not entirely even through here, but like shoulder blades, right? The scapula themselves aren't, but we don't have huge wither pockets. We don't have that. We have a nice, smooth, withers. Therapeutic. Thoracic trapezius is. All right, let me grab the other one. Let me grab the other picture. And it'll be his side profile so that we can kind of look at it. This is another good. I like this one better. Okay, this is much better in terms of visibility for him. this one. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right, so in this, we can see, I'm gonna make it bigger for me and zoom us in. See how smooth all this is? This is a healthy top line. This is a healthy top line. We don't have any big dips. We don't have any clips that were falling off from the spine to the shelf of the ribs. It's just nice and smooth. He has a strong top line and he's standing square in this picture. Of course he is. That's how that works. Anyways, and he's also got a strong core. Okay. This is a healthy back. This is what a healthy back looks like. If your horse's back has, pocket here, if you've got a pocket in front of, like where the muscle is just kind of withering out in here, if you are lacking muscle across here, these are not horses we should be riding. 6 weeks. 6 weeks of dedicated work is all it takes. And I'm not talking about hours a day. If you have an unhealthy back, we don't need to be riding it, okay? Because riding is not going to be the answer. I think for the most part, the whole idea of wet saddle blankets makes a strong horse is archaic. It's just not, it's not there because the horse has to start with some good muscle in order for that whole idea to work. So it's not a generally like, if your horse has a good base fitness line, then go ahead, go make some wet saddle blankets and make a strong endurance worthy horse. Okay. But if your horse is coming out of the pasture and they have all these weaknesses, that's not going to do it. That's not going to change it. That's not going to make a healthy back. Okay. And it's not, remember, we're talking about healthy back because this is how I hear the general population talk about it. We talk about healthy feet. We talk about healthy backs. We talk about good frames. We talk about good collection. We talk about engaged hindquarters. We don't talk about a well-rounded, healthy horse. And all of those things are required, including lightness and suppleness and all of that. That is included and required to create, like all of those things we need all those things to create a healthy back. We need all those things to create healthy feet. We need all those things to create impulsion, to create collection, to create suppleness. They are all pieces of the whole, and we need all of them. So I hope this helps. I wish I had better pictures. I'm sorry. I thought I did. I can't find them now because that's just the way it works. But anyways, this has gone on long enough. We've done our 20 minutes and then some. So I'm going to get out of here. I hope that was helpful. And again, whatever you guys want to know about, if you're like, I want to know about movement, like that's kind of the theme I've been going with because I asked, you guys said movement. If you want to know something specific, put it in the comments here. You can post it in the group. I don't care. Just put it somewhere. Let me see it so that I know what you want. And if you're like, well, yeah, I want to know about movement, but I don't know it specifically because I don't know what I don't know. Awesome sauce. Okay. I want to know about movement so that what? So that what? How will your journey with your horse be impacted by knowing more about movement? And if you tell me that, I can kind of zone in on what part of movement you might want to know more about. So anyways, thank you for joining me. Happy Tuesday, and we will chat with you later.